Hi, good evening. My name is Emily Bouch, and I am here to host Jessica Silverman, who is going to talk to us a little bit about the patches that she is very passionate about. Just a little bit about Jessica. She grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and went to undergrad at Colorado College, where she graduated cum laude and was elected Phi Beta Kappa. She went on to get her master's in counseling and somatic psychology at California Institute of Integral Studies in San Francisco. She is certified as a Hakomi therapist, which I just learned about 4 seconds ago, and extensively trained in EMDR therapy, which I've known about for a very long time. It's very effective. And she maintains her license as a marriage and family therapist. She and her husband live in Nevada with their 7-year-old son and two-year-old twin girls. Imagine that. And their rescue dog, Obi, who I met today. And she's a student of yoga for 25 years. Jessica has always been passionate about holistic wellness. And when she discovered LifeWave patches 5 years ago, she gave up her lucrative private practice to share them with the world. So she's here to tell us why she did that. And I'm going to turn over the mic to Jessica.
Thank you so much, Emily. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be here with you and to all of our friends that we're going to get to connect with later on the recording. Um, I also want to just put a big shout out for Emily. She is a wellness coach and supports women in their perimenopause and menopause journeys. Um, I really recommend that you check out her offerings at it's mbpwellness.com, as in myblueprintwellness.com, mbpwellness.com. I've been doing workouts with her at 5 and 5:30 in the morning in the last month and love it. She's gathered a really sweet community of supportive women who are all rock stars. So check out Emily and what she has to share. So I'll start with a little story. About 5 years ago, after my son was born, he's now 7, I had horrific insomnia. My postpartum anxiety just was wild and I couldn't sleep. And even when I night weaned him and even when I got him out of my bed and my husband was taking care of him, I still couldn't sleep. My nervous system was just too wired. And I tried drugs and I tried acupuncture and I tried melatonin and herbs and hot baths and everything. And my parents had been using these little patches for a while and they kept trying to get me to try them. And I was like, what are you guys taping to yourself? Tinfoil? Like, what is that? No, no, thanks. And finally, I tried one and I put it on my foot in a funny little place between two of my toes on the top of my right foot. And the next morning, I'll never forget it. I woke up and I looked at my watch and it was 6 in the morning. And I had not slept past 2 or 3 in the morning in almost 2 years. And I was like, that's just a fluke. But I did it again that night. I put a little patch on my foot and I slept. And I woke up when the sun was up. And I went, nah, couldn't be. I did it a third night. I slept and I woke up and went, okay, I don't think that's a fluke anymore. What is this little sticker that I'm putting on my foot that just saved me? I could not solve this problem. What's going on here? So I called my parents and got more patches to try and started doing my own research on them. And since then, I've put them on a lot of different people. The first person I used as my guinea pig was my husband, who was super skeptical also. He's a technologist and a software engineer. And I said, will you try this for me? And I put one on him and I watched his mood brighten over several days. And I didn't say anything. I just watched him and just watched him. And after about a week, I said, how do you feel? And he said, I think I have about 30% more energy. And I went, wow, that's pretty profound. And that's what I was witnessing also. And so his internal experience was matching what I was watching on the outside. Then I used another friend who's almost 80. I used her as my next guinea pig, and she also got a lot more energy. She could hike up a hill that she had been struggling to get up on her property. And so she was really excited about that. And then I tried him on another friend who was super anxious, and they helped her calm down a little bit and be able to handle life's events that were being thrown at her just a little more gently. She just felt like she could handle the stress. So those were my first few folks that I tried them on. And each time I was like, wow, this is actually working. This is really helping. And then I started putting on other people like our nanny who had pain, like really profound pain that she had had for years in her shins ever since she had kids. And I put patches on her and boom, within a few minutes, she was in tears because she was so relieved. She said, I have been struggling with this for years. What did you just do? And I just stuck these little stickers on her. So I did a lot of research and learned more about them and went, oh, wow, this is really, really a gift. And I want to share them with people. And so that's what I've been doing for several years now. And I feel super blessed and really grateful for the opportunity to share something that is such a gift to the world. You can go to my website also, blueribbonpatches.com, and I've got more testimonials there with like real people like my brother and a nanny and friends like that. Um, and I have a little slideshow to share with you. So I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Is it sharing? Yeah, awesome. Okay. So how did this all start? David Schmidt is the name of the scientist that created these. And how it started is he was contracted with the US military to create a product for Navy SEALs on submarines to help them have more energy and sleep without drugs or chemicals. So after some research, he created an energy patch that burns body fat, which naturally increases energy and stamina. That's how this whole thing got started. Um, After September 11th, the government put all that work on hold and he moved out of the military zone and into more of a commercial zone. And Richard Quick was a famous and beloved coach of the Stanford women's swim team. And he put them on his swimmers during Olympic trials. And in 3 weeks, 6 out of 8 broke their lifetime records. That was in 2004, and that's when the company LifeWave started to take off. It got into the media and people recognized this and people started to say, hey, I want some of that too, whatever that is. So that's how this all started. Here's just a few testimonials of some well-known athletes and celebrities who have used them. Here's April Lund, who won a gold. She's a long distance runner this summer. She uses them. This is Jason Fowler. He's a champion Ironman. And there's a whole really lovely video of him talking about his experience using them. This is Ariana Dewar, who is an internationally acclaimed ballet dancer. There's a lovely video of her talking about her experience healing from a really bad injury using the patches. Here's Suzanne Summers. She became an ambassador for LifeWave. And there's other famous athletes that you've seen. What's his name? David Beckham and Serena Williams. And there was another famous one. I can't remember. Anyway, there are brilliant athletes all over the world who use them. And then there are lots of normal people like myself who use them too. Here, can you see if I move, I don't know how to move that little picture up at the top, but how do they work? So they work like acupuncture in that you put them on meridian systems and those have been clinically proven to be effective. You can put them anywhere, but you can also pick actual specific acupressure points. And those points are in a little packet. Each one comes with a little diagram of points that you can use. What this science is called is photobiomodulation or light therapy. And light therapy has been around for a long time. What's inside them are little crystals. And the crystals are made out of really simple ingredients like water, amino acids, and sugar. And there's no drugs, there's no chemicals. And even if there was, but they're not, nothing enters the body. They're called non-transdermal. So they're really, really safe. I put them on my children all the time. You can put them on animals, you can put them on children. So they're very safe. There's no drugs, no chemicals. They are reflecting our own body's infrared light back at the body, and that stimulates a response. It's sort of like having a little laser on you, but it's just your own energy and your own light. You put them on for 12 hours, roughly. It doesn't matter if it's on a little bit less or a little bit more, but roughly 12 hours. So you would put them on in the morning and take them off at night, or you'd put them on at night and take them off at the morning. You could keep them by your toothbrush. And then you just throw them out. They come in a pack of 30, so you get basically a month's supply. And they are sealed with medical grade adhesive. It looks like a little Band-Aid. Here's one back here that I wear on the back of my neck on C7. And this is one that I've bejeweled because it's fun. Let's go to the next slide.
When I first saw you, I thought it was a really pretty necklace today. And I knew that you'd be wearing a patch, so I don't know what I was thinking, but it's really pretty.
So at my patching parties, like at Bella, I bring jewels and everyone can pick their own. So, and I got this idea from my beautiful stepmother, Sandra, and other members of her team love to do this when they're patching people. So we make it fun. One of the things that's really important to understand is that the patches are impacting stem cells. And for those of you that don't know, stem cells are the body's repair cells. We have a lot of them when we're born. And some of the statistics are when we're 18, we have about 1 billion healthy stem cells. And by 30, they decline by 60% to 400 million. And by 50, they decline by 75% to 250 million. By 60, they decline by 90%. And by 80, by 95%. This is why we bruise, we wrinkle, we sag, we start to fall apart and we don't sleep as well and our hair falls out and all the fun things that happen as we age. And so it's just something to remember that you can go out of the country and inject stem cells. That costs tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you have to, it's not legal in the States yet. But what we're doing with the patches are we're activating our own stem cells. So you don't have to worry that your body is going to reject somebody else's. The two big stem cell patches are called X39 and X49. And what those do is they ask the body to make more of a copper peptide. And if you ask a naturopath or someone in that world about copper peptides, they're going to understand, oh yeah, that's really important for the body. So here's just some scientific notes on benefits of copper peptides, okay? So activates healing response, reduces inflammatory response, supports cardiovascular health, supports neurological health, nerve regeneration, skin color and smoothness, hair growth and thickness, tissue repair, reduces anxiety and aggression, helps improve strength and stamina, supports reduced recovery time, improves memory and mental clarity, supports healthy stress response, promotes restful sleep, supports hormone balance, improves wound healing and scars, and supports free radicals and defenses. So when we have more copper peptides, these are some of the things that one can expect. And what happens is our stem cells use those copper peptides as a food. So that's how it activates the dormant stem cells that are just not doing their work anymore by saying, here, we're going to give you some of what you need to work again. This is a lovely picture of blood analysis of someone of the same blood, obviously, of the same person, who was using the X39 patch for 10 days. And you can see how the cells were all clumped before. That's a nice example of inflammation, and how afterwards they're starting to move around freely. I feel like we skipped a, there we go. I knew we skipped a page. Okay. So there are a handful of different patches. So I'm just going to go through these quickly. X39 elevates copper peptide GHCU, which increases the activation of healthy stem cells, which I was just talking about. But It improves in strength and stamina, overall repair, health, and vitality. The next one, X49, is newer, and it elevates AHKCU for the chemists or the chemistry and people out there. That increases muscle mass, stamina, and exercise recovery. This one promotes performance, weight loss, bone health, and a healthy cardiovascular system. Eon is the next one under there, and that is the one that I use that helped me sleep. Um, this one can reduce stress, emotional stress, and anxiety, and it also helps with inflammation. It helps balance cortisol and it relieves pain. This is the one I literally will not travel without. This one I use for sleep, but it's not like a drug that makes you sleepy. It just helps calm the nervous system down. So when I put my kids on an airplane, I put this on them. This one helps. I've seen this help several. I've got 3 different clients that this has helped with arthritis, like really profound arthritis. This helps reduce inflammation. Emily used this one today. I have yet to see this not help somebody. The next one on here is glutathione. Again, if you ask a naturopath or a doctor, they'll understand how important this is. Glutathione is the body's master antioxidant, and it's critical for immune function. It helps detox the body. Carnosine improves brain function, cardiovascular health, organ health, pancreas, liver, adrenals, hypothalamus, pituitary, and thyroid glands. Energy enhancer is a pair like the pain ones. And Emily got to experience the pain ones today. They come in a right and a left. Energy also comes in a right and a left. And it helps the body burn fat and convert it to ATP, which improves mitochondrial function. It's a really fun and powerful patch that actually can help increase the benefits of some of the other patches. SP6 balances hormones and can help with cravings. So this was sort of touted as the weight loss one. And I had a client who said she absolutely felt like she was reaching for her cookies less when she used this one. Ice Wave is for pain. It has a right and a left. AccuLife is for 300-pound plus mammals. It was created for horses, and that's another part of my business. Blue Ribbon Patches, that website is geared towards equestrians. I put them on a lot of horses, and it's really, really sweet to watch how they respond. Animals don't have the stories that we have in our prefrontal cortex about things that work or don't work. They just respond. So it's really sweet to watch them drop their head and sigh, and sometimes they'll fart or poop or pee, and their body will relax, and then they feel so much better. And then, of course, they perform a lot better, which makes their riders really happy the next day. Silent Nights, that's pretty obvious. It helps by regulating the natural production of melatonin. Alavita is one that's for skin. It helps boost collagen and improve skin health. There's also skin creams that have the copper peptides in them. So this is a new one. This is an eye cream. There's a day cream, a night cream, and now there's an eye cream, which I'm super excited to try. They are about to release supplements that are gonna go really well with the patches and help enhance them. So that's about to be released. There's also rumors that there is a water, like a structured water product about to be released also. I'm gonna, well, let's see. Oh, okay. You know what? I want to say something. I want to give a medical disclaimer, which is that I'm not a doctor and I never treat or diagnose medical disease. So I can help people with symptoms, but I just want to be clear that if someone has a really profound medical issue going on, that you should definitely check with your medical provider to make sure that the patches aren't contraindicated. The only time I've heard that so far is if somebody's on cancer drugs, we want to be really careful with something like glutathione, which helps the body detox, because when you have chemicals in your body, you want those in there. You're not trying to detox them. They're going to do a different job. So I just want to make that clear. And if anybody has any questions about that, please just let me know. Also, I just wanted to say that if you know of anybody that might be interested in building a business, to let them talk to me too. This is the team that my stepmother has built. That's her in the middle, Sandra Biskind, and she does amazing Zoom calls and trainings every week. And there's a really, really beautiful community of people from around the world on her team that are really fun to collaborate with. There's multiple Facebook groups and Zoom calls every week with healers, naturopaths, doctors, acupuncturists, chiropractors. It's a really profound group of healers and practitioners to be a part of. So that is a resource for you if you're interested. I want to just say, Emily, do you have any questions before I talk about anything else?
I don't have questions at this time, but I did get 2 trainings today, so I am good.
Okay. I want to just answer the question of how do you get them? You have to get the patches through an independent distributor, just like when you go to a dermatologist and there's high-end medical devices and creams and all sorts of supplies that you can't get online. You can't get these online. You're going to go through an independent distributor. If you go to my website, www.lifewave.com/Jessica Silverman. That's where you would buy them. And you can buy them retail off the front of the website. And the prices of that are the stem cell patches retail for $150, and then the classic patches retail for $79.95. However, if you become what's called a brand partner, you get the wholesale pricing, which brings the cost down significantly. The stem cell patches go from $149 to $99, and the classics go from $79 to $69, and actually quite a bit lower when you buy more than one. There's no obligation in that membership, except that in 1 year, you'll be asked if you want to renew your membership, you'll need to pay a $25 fee. So the first time you sign up as a member, you get to pick one of these kits. You can pay $25 to just become a member, and then you get all the wholesale pricing. So you can just go buy any amount of any patches or the skincare creams at the wholesale price after you just pay that $25. So that's the first thing that's there. You can see it's called Starter. And then the next one is called Core. And that is for $295, and you get that brings the price down of each of those patches significantly. And then there's advanced for $535, and then premium. And the price again keeps coming down on when you take the quantity up.
So I want to interject, Jessica.
Yeah.
I decided because I wanted to, she put the patches on me in minute my tension. I had a lot of pain in my neck. I have a lot of joint pain due to multiple things that are going on that I'm under medical care for. But you know, it's one of those things that any relief that you can get from that kind of chronic pain is really amazing. And in minutes, I felt better. And so I said, sign me up. How do I get these? And I wanted to get them for 2 other people in my life. And so I was buying multiple. So the no-brainer for me was to start with the core and get a supply, right? Because you're going to want to wear them over time. You're going to want to wear them every day. And so my question, because I just stocked up, how long do they like? How long does the efficacy last if you're stocking up on a lot of them? Do they last forever? Do they last until you open up that package? Like they're in like an envelope, like a cardboard envelope. I saw you open that up. So once that's open, is that starting a clock of some sort, or do you have to open up? Do you have to put the patch on? I know you had to keep them away from our body because they were activated, and that might be like a good thing for people to know in terms of stocking up. I didn't
Great.
think of that until just now.
That's such a good question. Thank you so much, Emily. Okay, so here's a couple of, can you see this?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. So should I stop sharing the screen for a second so you can see these better?
That would be good. Sure. Unless you have more that you want to do here. No? Okay.
You can always go back. Okay. So here's a couple of examples of the pretty big envelopes that the stem cell patch ones come in, the X39 and X49. And inside that, they come in an envelope like Emily was mentioning, and in each one, there's a pack of 30. So that's basically a month's supply. There is an expiration date on the back.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, so this one is good until 8/25, and golly, I don't know when I bought this. So they're good for at least a couple years, I would say. I don't know, because 8/25, that's not this year, that's next year, and I probably bought this last year. So I'm gonna say roughly 2 years without going and looking specifically, but it's definitely gonna last you a year or two
Okay.
before they expire. So as this is really, thank you so much. I love your question. They are activated by heat and light. So you can't keep them close to your body because that's going to turn them on. And once they're turned on, they're good for 12 hours. So what I do is I keep them in a drawer in my bathroom, like where I keep my medicine or toothbrushes or whatever, so that they're not like I don't keep them in my purse, except I carry a little bag around with me that's called a Faraday pouch. Here's a couple of examples. And a Faraday pouch stops radiation. So if it's next to my cell phone, for example, that is radiating light and heat, they're not going to get turned on. So I keep some, I call it like a first aid kit. I keep some in my purse with me, but I keep it in here. So I know that my body's not turning them on. My cell phone's not turning them on. So you can definitely stock up. You want to keep them, just in a cool, dry place. And then you could carry some around with you if you're traveling or you want to put them in your purse, you could carry them in this. And actually, I forgot to say, this was one of my thank yous to friends and family and clients who want to buy a package. So let me know when you order one of those enrollment kits, send me a message and I will happily send you one of my pretty homemade, I didn't make the bag, but I put the sign on it, pouches to keep them in. What else can I answer? This is what they look like. Here's a few different sample. Like here's an Eon. Here's a Silent Night. This is an Ice Wave that comes with a white and a tan, and the white goes on the right, tan goes on the left.
So I tried today. I have an Eon. It's in the middle. And then I have the right and left Ice Wave. And then we put some on my feet. So, and I'm still feeling really good.
Yay.
So for what that's worth,
Yeah.
I had to come on here with some, with some true facts.
Yeah.
So
Your
I
own
stopped by
experience.
today.
Yeah, she came and got patched. And anybody who's local, or if you want to fly me to you, if you're not, I'm really happy to patch you. Just message me and let me know you're interested in trying some. I have yet to see them not help with pain in particular, and also anxiety. I can definitely help you bring your nervous system down, and I can help with pain. The stem cell patches, the X39 and X49, sometimes those can take a little bit longer to feel the effects of. Some people feel the effects right away. And then some people, that can take a little while because it took our bodies all of these years or decades to get to the state that they're in. And we have to do this sort of foundational rebuilding underneath, and that can take a little while. The rule of thumb on the stem cell patches is that you want to give it a month for every decade. So if you're 50, give it 5 months to let those stem cells really start to do their job inside you. What else?
Well, one thing that resonated with me today was the patches that you put on me are more like a Band-Aid, and the stem cell patches are more like a treatment, right?
Yeah.
Like something that's going to build like a cumulative effect over time. And so that's how I'm thinking about them now, is for a more immediate relief, try some of the other ones. And for something that's more long term, try the stem cell.
Yeah, for sure. And I know there's a
I bought
lot.
both.
You bought both, yeah. And I use both. I use Eon and Silent Night sometimes. Like I go back and forth at night, but I use those every night. And then during the day, I personally go back and forth. I alternate days, the X39 and the X49. Some people wear both of those the same day, which is great. I just choose one. And my husband does the same thing. We just go back and forth, X39, X49, so that we are upregulating two different copper peptides that help with energy and healing. And it's just made a
Is that
really
the one you have here? Is
this
that
is
a
this
stem
is
cell?
an Eon,
Okay.
but this is X49.
Okay.
And
Got it.
X49 is the one that I was thinking about your clients. X49 is the one that really helps with stamina and it can
Mhm.
help with weight loss. It's helping the body burn more efficiently.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can feel it. Like I'm a runner, I do yoga. I have 3 little kids. I literally carry 2 2-year-olds around and I it might sound a little cheesy, but I can't imagine my life without this level of support.
That's a good testimonial.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Awesome.
Emily, for sharing your time and experience with us.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to share this video with our friends who couldn't make it. I think this will be a really good way for them to be able to learn about it on their own time. So thanks for making this and making it with me. And we'll probably be doing this again soon, right?
Yeah, I would love to. And
Okay.
also I'll just say one more time, go check out Emily's work. Is it MBP?
That's right. My
MBP
Blueprint
Wellness,
Wellness.
My
Yep.
Blueprint Wellness. She's got a tremendous amount of resources that have been really helpful for me. And I've already been sharing with some of my friends in their 40s and 50s because as women, we're all in this together.
We need a lot of support.
We
So
need a lot
hoping
of
these
support.
patches are going to be like another tool in our arsenal.
For sure. They will be, I promise.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks so much, Emily. Have a great day. Have a great night.
Good night.